friends, I hope you're having a great week. If you're new here, I'm Sid and I make videos about creating a life that I love to live. And I do that through trying to practice good habits that pour into my wellness and my self-care and to help make me well-rounded. One of which is journaling. Journaling is a habit that I love to do, and I really want to be more consistent with journaling this year. And I've been brainstorming on some prompts that will really help me do that, and I thought that I would share them with you. But first, I want to say thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers. I noticed that I have 1,000 subscribers now within these last few weeks. Thank you so much to everyone who checked out the budgeting video or any other video on my channel that brought you to my page. I really appreciate the support, and I look forward to sharing even more videos with you. So as I'm committing to journaling more, I thought it'd be nice to have some prompts that I could always refer to in case I get stuck or I'm noticing that I'm kind of falling off the journey, because sometimes it happens. Sometimes you get busy and you're not spending time in your journal, or sometimes you feel like there's really nothing going on, or oh, I have nothing to write about. But there really is always something to write about, and it's always nice to just practice that habit of journaling. So I've got 11 prompts that I'm going to work on throughout this year in my journey, and I thought I'd share them with you as thought starters as you work on your journey too. Maybe you're just starting out, or maybe you've been journaling for years. Either way, I think these will really help you no matter where you are in your journey. I really feel like journaling is the cheat code in life, okay? Like, good day, journal. Bad day, journal. Do you need to manifest? Open your journal. It really is such a powerful tool and a powerful vessel that is really personal for you and whatever you want it to be. So these prompts are going to cover a little bit of everything: manifesting, your dream life, celebrating yourself, confronting things about yourself. I think that these are all areas that are really important to work on as you're doing self-reflection. But first, there's one thing I want to say about journaling, and that is that it's whatever you want it to be, however you want it to be. So if you want to buy a journal or use a journal that you have and write it on paper, that's fine. If you need to talk into your phone on the voice notes app and store your journal entries that way, that's fine too. Or if you need to type it out, it's totally fine. Like, journaling is whatever you want it to be. It's whatever method works for you to keep up with the habit. The first prompt is to describe your perfect day. And we're going to use a method called scripting, where you write from the lens of already having achieved your goals and already living in that dream life. This means you're using present tense. You're being very descriptive about what it means to live throughout this day. Where are you waking up? What do you eat for breakfast? What are your hobbies? Are you going to work that day? Or is this, a dream life where you don't have to do that? What goes on throughout this day that makes it a perfect day for you? Be as descriptive and specific as you can when detailing what it's like to have this perfect day. It's not just, I just woke up and I am going to my dream job, the end. Like, really be specific. Like, where are you waking up? What are your hobbies? Who's around you? What kind of food do you eat? What kind of transportation do you take? What kind of smells do you have around you? How do the fabrics feel against your skin? What kind of clothes are you wearing in your dream life on this perfect day? Be as detailed as you can. I think this is important because when you're manifesting, when you're building your dream life, you need to have a vision of what it is you're working toward. And scripting out your ideal day, having a journal entry dedicated to this is just so helpful for putting that vision on paper. Next up, number 2, is to write about a time when you felt proud. And what can you do this year to tap into that energy that led to that moment? I think a lot of times we don't give ourselves enough credit. We don't celebrate our wins. We don't talk about the things that really make us proud. Or maybe you don't have a sounding board to talk about that, to brag on yourself a little bit. If you struggle with this one, just know that it doesn't have to be some big award or even some recognition that came from an outside source. It could be you. If you said no to somebody, right? If you put up a boundary and you respected your own boundary, that's a win. Like, you should feel proud about that. If you went ziplining recently and conquered some kind of fear of heights or something, it's whatever relates to your life, whatever makes you proud. When was that last time? And what can you do this year to channel a little bit more of that? Prompt 3 is to write a letter to your inner child. Take some time to think about what that younger you needs to hear from the you are right now, right? Like, what were your comforts? What were your hobbies? What kind of support did you have? What did you need more of or less of? What were your aspirations? What made you happy? What comes to mind when you even hear the phrase inner child? And you know what that younger you needs to hear. You know what's going to heal or celebrate your inner child. So whatever comes to mind, write that down. I think my inner child would be happy to know that we're still writing, right? Even as a hobby, even in a journal, we're still writing. It's something that I used to love to do, and I'm keeping up with it. Number 4 is to write a letter to future you. And this isn't scripting out your ideal day. It might sound like it at first, but what you're gonna wanna do is write a letter to future you from where you are right now. Whatever you want your future you to hear from you in this moment. So that might look like highlighting to yourself things that happened to you recently. Like, I just went to a great dinner party and made amazing memories with such and such, or I just applied for a promotion and I'm wondering, by the time I read this, did I get it? Be honest about your current state of things and how you're feeling right now about life or the world around you, because the benefit to this prompt is to, when you're looking back on this years down the line, you can kind of read this moment in time of what you were going through and read that letter to yourself and kind of reflect on how far you've come. Number 5, list 20 things you're good at. That's right, just make a list of 20 things that you are good at. Reflect on your talents, things that make you shine, things that are unique about you, and write them down. And I think 20 is not that much. I don't think 20 is that much. You might be writing down a few and start to think like, I can't get to 20. Yes, you can. Keep going, keep thinking, keep digging. Just 20 things. I really like the idea of this one because personally, I don't feel like every journal entry needs to be some 5-paragraph essay or 10 pages long thing. It can just be a list, whatever it is that gets your pen moving, right? So write down 20 things that you know that you're good at. And it can be anything. Like, I make good cheesecake. I make my friends laugh. I do this one thing at work really well, or it can be anything that is true for you. And whenever you're having a bad day or you're just not feeling it, this is one of those things that you can look back on and see that you're that girl. Prompt 6 is all about what do you want to get better at and what can you do this year to help make that possible. This is really a reflection on self-growth and self-development, and this can relate to whatever it is that's on your spirit when you think about, what's something I want to get better at. And be specific and real with yourself about what you can do, what is in your power to make this possible. Maybe it's you want to get better at self-care. What are some action items or some action steps that you can take that will help this? Does that mean that every Friday night you take a bubble bath and put your phone on do not disturb? Maybe. It could be anything. Choose a goal and explore what you could do to work on that and why it's important for you to focus on this. And I'm not even saying work on the goal, right? I'm just saying write about it, journal about it, and reflect about it. Number 7 is who or what do you need to forgive? We're getting a little deep on this one. I know we're getting a little deep, but part of journaling is reflecting on things that we need to confront about ourselves. So take some time and think about the things that you're still holding on to, things that you haven't confronted, or things that you're still having a grudge about, even if it's one-sided beef. Maybe it's with yourself. Maybe you need to forgive yourself about something. And I'm not saying to go out and reach out to whoever it is and to settle what happened. I'm just saying explore it within yourself and in this space in your journal. And who knows, maybe you will end up forgiving whoever that is, or forgiving what happened, forgiving that the situation happened. You never know. I just think that putting things out on paper, getting things off our chest, can just help give some clarity that we might not have had before. Prompt 8 is to rant about it, okay? Rant about it, get it off your chest. Rant about whatever it is that's been irking your nerves, whatever it is that you didn't get to say but you wish you would have said, whatever it is that's really been bothering you, just get it out, let it out already. Those places that you see on TV where you can pay to smash electronics and TVs and just scream and rage and let it out. We're going to do that, but in a journal entry. And you know why I love this one? I love this one because we don't often get the space to be pissed off and to be loud about the fact that we're pissed off without somebody calling us angry or telling us to calm down or trying to police how we word our feelings, right? Like, your journal is a space where you don't have to worry about any of that. So just take the time and get it off your chest, and you'll probably feel a whole lot better when you do. Prompt 9 is to express gratitude. And I feel like this one is a great one to follow up from the last one because it just gets us in a good state of mind to just be thankful for the life that we're living now. And this can be a list, or it could be, writing out a typical journal entry style, whatever you want it to be. Just express some gratitude for what you have around you. If you have a place to live, if you have somewhere to sleep, if you have food to eat, if you have a friend, a support system, if you have, internet access, anything, like, just be grateful for what you have, and take some time to express that in your journal. I had a big reflection of gratitude this past week when I saw that the channel reached 1,000 subscribers. I mean, that's amazing. And I think that's something I'm going to continue to be journaling about and expressing gratitude with you all, because this is amazing. Number 10 is to talk about your favorite. So pick a favorite. It can be a song, a dance, a comfort TV show, a movie, a location. Pick a favorite of yours and explore how it feels when you're experiencing this thing. This is all about tapping into that comforting and exciting energy of doing the things that we love or being surrounded by the things that we love. If you remember what it was like to first experience that thing, write about it. Or the last time you got to experience that thing, write about it. For me, I have a favorite comfort food, which is sushi, which I love to order in. And that just reminds me of, cozy nights in with my husband, having a clean house, the work week being done. Like, just tap into that feeling of what it's like when you're experiencing your favorite thing. Last up is to retell your last dream. Now, this one might take some prep work because maybe you don't wake up and remember what you've dreamt about, or maybe you don't think to write your dreams down. So this one will take a little bit of intention, but it's a really simple thing to write about once you try to remember, because you're just retelling something that happened to you. And I know dreams can be all over the place and have weird characters, or the scenes can be all mixed matched. Just write about what you experienced in that dream. And honestly, if you make a habit of journaling about your dreams regularly, you might just find that they're trying to tell you something. So those are 11 journal prompts that you can put into rotation this year. And they are prompts that I'm going to be working on myself too, as I try to journal more consistently this year. So let me know if you also tend to journal about the same things, or if you're going to try any of these out, which ones you might start with. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.